How you doing this morning?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I can't complain, won't complain. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't change nothing. So I'm good. I'm alive. I'm breathing. I appreciate you for joining, Miss Kia. I definitely appreciate you. Thank you for coming
Thanks,
through.
thanks for
So,
having me.
oh yeah, no problem at all. So hold on, let me turn you up just a little bit. So you responded to the post where I was
I did.
asking people to talk about their love life, or why they might be single, or you know what I'm saying, what's going on. So curious to hear your story.
Um, my dynamic is really crazy. I'm gonna start with that. I'm a
Okay.
45-year-old woman who was in a 16-year abusive relationship with a narcissist. And unpopular belief is that you wake up and you get out, and it's just not that simple when you feel like you love somebody and you can make it work.
Yeah.
Initially, maybe as a woman, I felt like, if I do this or if I do that, or understanding that coming from past relationships, sometimes we don't do the healing and we do need the patience. And if we get the patience, then we're willing to work on ourselves and see our error.
Yeah.
But that's not how everybody works, you
Yeah.
know. Um, I'm like 5 years out of that. I did 2.5 years of counseling because I wanted to be up to par with the person that I'm trying to be with, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
That
want
makes
the
perfect
things that
sense.
hurt me to drag a good relationship
Right.
down, because the chance of a good, like, a lot of us are not doing the healing. I'm just gonna say that out loud. A lot of us are not doing the healing. A
No,
lot
that's
of
a
us are
fact.
not doing the inner work. We're substituting moving on with somebody so quickly as healing, and that's the absolute opposite. And then if this
Yeah.
person is good for you, you're subject to drag this person to hell
Yeah.
because 'cause you're not healed. You know
That's
what I'm
right.
saying?
That's right. That's right. Before we go any further, you kind of like it keeps skipping a little bit. I don't know if that's like a bad spot with the connection.
I'm sorry, I live in a basement,
Oh,
so
okay. Oh, you good? Oh, well, we rocking. We rocking. I ain't tripping. I ain't tripping. We good. We rocking. Then okay. So nah, that's that I always say like the in between time in relations, like after getting out of relationships, is that was something I didn't take heed to either, you know, young. And me probably necessarily thinking like I wasn't a problem, you know, and just
right.
thinking that but knowing that nobody's perfect, it was weird to even think that I wasn't a part of the problem. And I know that ain't nobody perfect out here. So it's, you know, I think if we just like critically think and logically think after we get out of these relationships, instead of just holding on to so much emotion from that, you know, and just taking like everything that that person did to us, and you know what I'm saying, like you just did nothing wrong. And I think if you just do some like
Right.
you know self healing groundwork, I think we you know would be better
Yeah.
for the next person
And just
because
realizing that you're human too. Like, you probably, like, if somebody did something to you and it hurt you, you probably did some vindictive, maybe not hurtful, but like
you could
a
have.
what I call a lesson. I was a tit for tat person. I
Okay.
grew up believing that a person could not understand unless you made them feel how they made you feel. Do you understand how much work and energy that takes to that's draining in itself.
It is. It is.
You're
It is.
opting to drain yourself out to try to prove a point.
You don't have to
Like,
reciprocate
and it
that
never
energy.
works. It never works because 'cause you're trying to prove a point. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right. That's right. I definitely agree. So, mm, so you said 16 years.
I did a lifetime. Yes, I did.
Yeah, kids came out of that.
I have 2 my 2 youngest children are by him. I had 2 prior children, and he had 16 prior children.
Excuse me.
Yeah, he was one of them. He one
And
of them.
how many? Oh, hold on.
He
He
one
got
of them.
16.
Big step of finesse, baby. I'm telling you. When we initially started talking, he told me he had 5 kids, and I'm like, "I don't," because I have children of my own. I'm like, "Oh, cool, my kids will have brothers, sisters, we gonna make it work,
Mm-hmm.
right?"
Mm-hmm.
That's not what happened. That's not
Clearly. 16 is
that's not
crazy. And that ain't even your, you know what I'm saying? That ain't even your fault. You can't even
and,
know that.
people some like, people a lot of people know what they're doing. They know that they're trying to finesse you. They know they're trying to get what they want. we as people need to start being more conscious of what do we really want?
Yeah.
What are we really seeking out of our significant other? Because we waste so much time trying to put ourselves or put someone else in a position to either feel like they're not enough or feel like they're exactly what we need. But then when you ask us, what are you looking for in a relationship? You can't get a straight answer.
Yeah. Or it's just the same typical surface level answer. I don't think a lot of people even really truly know. I think it's all regurgitated stuff that we've been saying. Like, oh, I want
We don't
the
want to be alone. I mean, at the bottom of that, bottom of everything, the foundation is we don't want to be by ourselves. We would like to share our lives with someone else and not feel like we're alone in this. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Uh, a lot of things, like for instance, the relationship I'm in now, it's the dynamics of it is really odd because the person saw me go through 16 years of hell.
Mm,
And when we met outside of that relationship, was like I was so much I'm so much more different. But on the other end, he had went through 20 years of the same stuff I went through on a male version.
mm.
So it's like, are we trauma bonding or
I
are
was just
we
literally
really
you read
trying
my
to have a
mind.
relationship here?
You read
Yeah.
my mind. I was gonna
It's
ask.
a
I'm like,
lot of it was a lot of trauma bonding in the beginning of our relationship, but I will say if you can recognize that for what it is and learn how to help each other, because we don't always know that we're trauma bonding. We think that it's just about like I have so much in common with this person, but when that's over, do you really have anything in common with that person?
that's true.
Because if you don't, that's it's going to end at
Like pain can't be the only thing.
that you have in common.
It
And
can't
then you
be.
have to get if you've had as much time as we've like wasted, squandered, had taken from us, I'm in a time now. My time is my money. I've never been materialistic. I'm a Chicagoan, bro. Most people, when men meet me, I'm not the typical Chicagoan you would think because most of us have to live in a survival mode mentality. You feel what
Okay.
I'm saying? Most of us in the inner city, or maybe even just in the United States, because the inflation is such, but
Yeah.
we're living in like the survival mode. So like you're trying to get it and get gone before somebody else come run you
Oh,
off.
oh man, you ain't lying. You ain't lying. Hey, you ain't lying at all.
And then in the process of that, you're trying to share your life with somebody you don't want to sleep alone. It's finna get cold. It's cuddle season. You know, I need, I need some warm or understanding to hold on. Somebody to talk to. We become each other's counselors, the confidant, the best friend. Um, but the way that I'm looking at the world and how it is on like social media is so disheartening. It's so disheartening to see the way that men are talking and addressing women. It is so disheartening to hear women say, I don't need a man. You'll never hear that come out of my mouth. I
Yeah,
couldn't be here without a man.
I think that
I
is
couldn't
so
be here without a
weird.
man. And even if we could procreate by ourselves, is that really the way it's supposed to be? Because if that's the way it's supposed to be, why are y'all here? We're doing this together. And the
And
only way out of this shit is to excuse my language.
no,
Not
you
the
good.
only way
Nah,
out of this
you
here
good. Though.
is
This is
is
unfiltered perspective.
together.
Go talk your shit.
Uh, okay, like this we're going down in a blaze of glory. And I just want to know, is it because they're telling us we're going down in a blaze of glory and we're signing up for it? Or if this is really how we are addressing and talking to each other and conducting ourselves when it comes to love, when it
I,
comes to wanting a reciprocation of enjoyment, time, dates, children, perhaps if you're younger. I'm all out of the children aspect. I'm in
I
the
feel you.
grandchildren now, you know. But the man that I'm with has children too.
Mm-hmm.
So we come together with our grandchildren.
Mm-hmm.
Our kids are older, so it's like that don't matter. But we got grandkids we tend to now. So we get all the grandkids together,
So what
you
do
know,
you think is the what
stuff
do you
like that.
yeah. What do you think is like the driving like what do you think is most influencing this mindset, this new nuanced mindset that's going on to where people feel like they don't need each other?
We're all tired, and we're all watching social media and TV on a massive scale. I don't know if your phone do it. My phone will tell me how many hours, how many less hours, or how many more hours a week I spend on my phone.
Yeah.
And I find that people that spend more time watching drama shows, like I got enough family drama. I don't need to watch the stories, the soaps, the bad bitches of the bad housewives of
Yeah.
LA and all of that
Yeah.
shit. It's all scripted. And then we end up trying to be that because these people have money. And in our mindset, we think that money means successful. And you can have a lot of money and not be successful at all. You could inherit that money and just be blowing it, Mr. Blow that,
You could
Mrs.
have a
Blow
lot
that.
of money and just not still be a good person though. That's my whole
Right.
thing. Like so many people just just caught up on money, but like where your morals at? Where you stand at? Like what I'm
Morals,
saying. Without
values,
all of that,
we're running out of that.
you
Where's
gotta
it
still
at?
stand on something. You gotta still stand for something, and it kills me to see how it don't matter who it is, but just how they just let celebrities get away with certain just because the status that they got or the
Money.
money that they got. It
Look
makes
at
no
how
sense to me.
long Diddy got away with his stuff. Man, my people when they say the skeletons be falling out the closet, my man.
Yeah, it's going down for him right. It's
And then
going down
people
for him
mad
right
at
now.
DL Hewley because he said if you stood by and you watched that stuff happen and you did nothing, you are not a victim. You're an accomplice.
I mean,
Well, we
it's
not
just
supposed to be holding ourselves accountable now?
man. I mean, what else can you? What else can you be? You can't be no victim.
But you
Nobody.
got to understand that people in them type of positions that got all that money can have your whole family killed. Don't play with me.
Yeah. Well, you just gonna have to try
Sometimes
me
it
though.
ain't for you that you shut up. Sometimes it's for your wife at home and your kids.
You're gonna have to just, but see, that's where the morals come in. At you just gonna have to, you gonna have to just do that. You just gonna have
There
to
were
just do it.
people telling that if you could understand, if we could really sit down and understand how far this rabbit hole go, they might as well take the whole Hollywood, set it on, put gasoline and kerosene on it, and set it ablaze because everybody
It's
is finna
coming
be.
though. It's coming though. Everybody, you see
They
all the
did the
people that's
Epstein. Let's see if they
resigning
try to
now.
cover this up like the Epstein thing.
Yeah, but it's gonna be a
We had
level
celebrities
of
moving to Greece.
yeah. That, but see, it's always different for us though. He still look like us.
And
So
that's what I mean. Like we got a double-edged sword to deal with because when it's them, it's all leniency. When it's us, do you know we burn each other at the stake more than anybody else? We hold each other
yeah.
to a higher standard, and people think that we're wrong for that. But we come from a higher standard.
Oh no,
If you
absolutely.
have morals
Yeah,
and values, you
absolutely,
come from a higher
absolutely.
standard. And we don't, and we expect justice. We expect justice. There's so much going on in the world, having to work yourself to death. It used to be a man could work a full-time job and he could afford for his wife to stay home and take care of the children, and she make the house a home. We knew that was what we were supposed to do. Men knew what they were supposed to do. We've
Hmm.
gotten so far away from that, and it's like, well, I can do what men do. The I can never agree to the feminist side of anything. I don't like taking my garbage out. That strap on ain't gonna work, sis. That strap on don't work, sis.
Man,
That can't keep me warm at night, sis. I want somebody to talk to. I want somebody to grow with. We stopped growing and started making it about just ourselves. This is a setup, man. You can't make me believe that deep in our soul that we're like this. We're not like this. We're in an environment that makes us like this. We're
I can't
around
put it all.
people
I
in a
can't put
whole
it all on
world
the.
where
I can't put
somebody's
it all on the
running this stuff.
environment
It
though.
makes it.
I
Say it
can't
again.
I can't put it all on the environment though, because in the midst of that
So
though,
I'm saying, but there's
there are the
there's
righteous ones in the
there's
midst of that though. So it's like that's
it
that's weak for me. These are weak
for
minded
you.
people. You know what I'm saying?
It's
Like your
good
environment, of course, is going to enhance that. But like if you already have a weak mind, anything can influence you. You can yeah. So for me, like yeah, it's the environment we in, but we also still got choices and stuff. And it's like this when I talk about when I talk to other people about uh why we are, and they say like the trauma because we got trauma passed down, and
Yeah.
we definitely do we do. But at what point do you step back and be like, okay, but this ain't how I gotta be no more. Or that trauma that I know that got passed, I ain't went through that personally. So I don't have to operate or move like I did. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of what's going on too. Plus the environment. That's just the enhancer. You know what I'm saying? That's but we supposed to be the light beings, we the melanated ones. Why we ain't strong enough to overcome the environment though? Why we ain't able to have that unity enough like that? I know that the government, I know this stuff is so far deep in, they got it
Man,
sold
it's
up.
so
They
much
got it
stuff in
sold up.
place. You be like, "Can I win or
They got
can
it
I win?"
sold up.
Well,
I
Imma
swear they got
try
it sold
anyway,
up.
dang it, Imma try anyway.
Yeah, they got it sold. They
I'm
got
with
it
you
sold
because
up.
I feel like a lot of us either don't believe certain things or we want to complain, but we don't want to do anything about it. We don't believe that we can do anything about it. Do you know how many
Yes.
times my kids will tell me they don't know how to cook something, and I just look at them and I be like, "You got an iPhone? I just got your iPhone 16. What the heck you talking about? You don't know
Man.
theory?"
Nah, for real.
And it's
Still.
like, "Girl, you don't." And it's like I move faster than my youngest children. My older children move faster than my teenagers.
Mm, mm.
And so it's like it's so many things stacked up against us, but every day I get up with breath in my lungs and a brain that can think freely for itself, for myself, for me, my
Yeah.
family, my tribe, my people. And every day we owe that to ourselves to conduct that get up, conduct that plan, do that meditation because we think it don't matter. And that's what's keeping the people that's going, doing this work, the shadow work, the groundwork, the healing work, the wanting to be with your people work,
Yeah.
because it's a bunch of stuff set up in place. And when I tell a lot of our own people and even white people about, they don't believe me. They don't believe redlining. They really believe that we have the same opportunities that they have. And we
A
don't.
lot of them do. A lot of them do definitely believe that though. Shout out to the ones that know, like.
That can see this stuff for what it
I mean,
is
cause where I'm
and
from,
really
right?
teach.
They
Like
came
Jay
from it
Elliott,
too.
love her.
I have so many friends, like I got white friends that they came from the same struggle, like literally stayed down the street from me. They was going through
Yep,
we went to the same school, we were eating the same food, we were going to the same, you know what I'm saying? We was doing all the same shit. Like we didn't have money for the same stuff at the same time. So it's like,
right.
so I like,
We going in this store putting our pennies and nickels and dimes together to get that big bag of chips so we can share.
and I was doing that with all my friends. It ain't matter what color you was. We was doing that. You know what I'm saying? So
And
I
I want us to get back to that because really, really the separation of color is less about color and more about power. And if
yes.
they can keep us all divided, we all can't get together and overthrow a government.
Thank
We all
you.
can't get together and get things accomplished. We're too busy pointing fingers about how the Chinese doing this and the white folks got me here and they talking to me any kind of way. Is they really talking to you any kind of way? Or you really don't want to work this job? Well, if you don't want to work this job, go get you a LLC, get you a business together.
And now it is
Shut up.
some that do be talking crazy on the job and stuff like that. But
I mean, I
but
do,
but
but I'm
then but
saying
that's
like
the thing
some of
though.
us
If
are
you
like
don't
that
want to, though,
too.
get your LLC. Yeah.
Like get your LLC, find out what you can do that makes you money, that keeps you from having because I got a daughter, got great ideas. Every time she got a job, she just couldn't do it. And I got to the point where when Mayo Clinic, one of the greatest medical facilities in the United States of America, hires you and you don't like the way the lady is telling you to do something. I don't like to be told what to do. I said, is that your boss or is that somebody like a coworker? She's
Right.
like, well, it's my boss. I said, well, she's supposed to tell you.
Hey.
But my daughter don't, she don't, you have a strong-minded, strong-willed child. If it's not for her to work in an industry or for someone, I'm gonna line her up so she can work for herself. Baby, maybe working for somebody ain't for you.
You know what's funny about that?
I'm
My
not gonna
mom,
call her stupid or you messed that job up, you stupid. You know, no, that's
that
not
was my
for you.
mom. That was my mom. Well, not stupid, but like she would call me lazy because look, I've been self-employed for like the past 6 years. Pat on the back. So she's just now realizing like she was like, "Damn, Jordy, you never was gonna like be working for nobody." And I always told her that though. Every job I had, I couldn't keep. I'll be real, I couldn't keep a job. Even I just couldn't keep one like that. I'd have had so many different jobs. It just it took me a while to actually figure out what I wanted to do because I'm stepping out the matrix. I'm figuring out that this world is really, bro, they could really constructing this shit for us to just go to work, come home, and just back
and
and forth, back and
die.
forth, get kids to
Go
school,
to
and
work,
be
pay bills,
miserable while you
and
doing it
die.
though. I can't even be happy
Yep.
while I'm doing it. I gotta be
In the
miserable while I'm
80s, we
doing it.
was happy. In the 80s, we was happy doing
I can't even be happy doing this shit. God, like, so I finally started. I'm like, all right, bro, I gotta do something like for myself, like, and
it.
yeah, so I'm, finally figuring out what I'm doing. I've been, what I'm saying, doing my thing.
Congratulations to you for
I
not
appreciate that.
letting nobody beat that into you. I have all my children, I raised them to be free thinkers. They challenge me. Sometimes I don't like it.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll be like, that's just the way things have been. And you're right. That's not the way things have to continue to be if that's not how you want to see it. Maybe it's your turn to change some things. You know what I'm saying? For the next generations. Maybe your thought process, because I'm finding like some of the thought process I have at 45, it's not the way the world is for my 16-year-old.
It
It's not the
ain't.
way it is for my 18-year-old
It ain't.
son, my 25-year-old daughter, or my 27-year-old daughter, or
You're in
my
a whole new
grandkids now.
world.
It's a whole different world. Now I have to tell my children, you have to test men to see where they are. And I give them examples. I tell my son to test women.
Okay, so
If
talk
I'm
about
dating,
that.
okay,
Talk about that.
for instance, I just seen a post. I'm like, I feel like it was a setup to test this man. Man had been dating a woman for a little while. She asking him for $20 for her son's school trip the next day.
Hmm.
He forgot to tell her she didn't really have the money. He tells her, that sounds like it's a problem for his dad and you. That's not my problem. That's not for me to be taken care of. My problem is the only problem I got is this. When you met me and you started dating me, you knew I had children.
Yeah.
And they come before these dates and they come and I make time for you. I get pretty for you. Cause I could sit at the house and look like half the women look when they come outside with the bonnet and the robe on. When you
Yeah.
have children, it takes time to get dressed. And I'm not saying that I'm aware that there are gold diggers and there's women that just try to get money out of you. But as a man doing healing and doing the work on yourself, you have to do your discern. You have to have discernment as well.
That's what
Maybe
I was
this
gonna
was his
say.
discernment. Maybe this was his discernment. He felt some type of way. But I'm saying if I've been dating you for a while, which it sounds like they had been back and forth with each other for a while, $20 is nothing. And then I keep seeing comments about, but she's an independent queen.
See,
The
these are the whole
condescending
look,
crap,
look, look,
the
look.
condescending crap
I
I
mean,
hear.
but these
And
are
these are
the
usually
holes that
people.
people put this is the hole that women to put themselves into though. Because when you scream it so hard, yes, what do you think that the opposite side is going to say in response to everything? And when this is what you say for every situation, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not so much. I mean, it's condescending, yes, but
But
you
in
can't say it's
retrospect,
not warranted though. But what
in
I'm gonna say, right?
retrospect,
What I would say,
go
right?
ahead.
The men who do that and be like, "Oh, well, it ain't my responsibility. That sounds like something for the dad."
They're not
Y'all,
wrong. I'm not saying they're wrong.
no,
Do you hear
but
me? I'm not saying
I think
I
it's
didn't
like,
say they was wrong. I said, but if you're dating somebody that has children, you have to expect to put in at least 15, $20 worth of effort towards the kids a month. I don't care if you just spend
see,
$20 and you
it's
get
the
on the dollar menu and you
expectation.
bought them dinner one night.
It's the expectation that you think that I have to that y'all put on somebody that this is not their children. We understand, we with you, y'all. It's the fact that like, cause some
It's the
people, like
overuse.
some men, you can't
The
expect me to
overuse.
do nothing. You better wait.
Right.
I got you. You know what I'm saying? You can't. But you talking about
But that's not
you
what
talking
he was
about per month and
saying.
stuff like that. This ain't no bill. this ain't
Yes,
no
it is.
this
Because
this
if
ain't no
you
this ain't
have
no phone
kids,
bill.
I'm gonna do the same. That's why I'm saying it's different from my thought process than what the world is right now.
Yeah.
The world that you live in, you have to think like that now. I didn't grow up like that. I'm not seeking. I've never. Do you know what? You want to know something about me that's crazy? Every man I've been with, I took care of.
And I don't
Stick
think
that
that's
in your pipe
good.
and smoke it. I don't think it's good either.
Yeah.
But it does say a lot about my character, and it does say that I'm willing to work with a person until I see absolutely that you're using me, and I'm gonna walk off. That 16 years, that was absolute stupidity. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would not recommend, highly unrecommended, because the healing and the undoing of that crap that I had to do to be able to have the relationship that I have now, baby, the crying I had to do on the couch, the self-realization, because you have to understand that people only do to you what you allow them to do to
I
you.
tell her, I say it all the
He
time.
didn't do that to me about my own. Like, he didn't just sit up. I didn't just sit up and just say, oh my God, he's up. No, I stayed. I left, came back. So when people say I'm stupid for that, I'm not. I'm all for that. But love tends to make you stupid. The idea, the want, the desperateness of you wanting to love somebody and having children. So you think you have to stay, because I'm one of them women, like, I want to stay with the man I had children by. I want to stay with the man I had children by.
Mm-hmm.
We owe it to our children to raise these kids together, because I don't want another man confusing what you may consider taboo with our children. And I'm arguing with you and arguing with him, and I'm monkey in the middle, when it should have just been you and me raising these kids in the first place.
Yeah.
You're being an absentee parent, and women do it too.
Well,
We
sometimes it
like to
just don't
rag
work
on men,
though. It
but
just don't
women do
work
it too.
though.
But that does not mean that I cannot cordial. What I'm mad about is that when it doesn't work, we're mad and bitter at each other, to the point where we can't co-parent and raise children. Right
Yeah.
now, my 17 and my 16 and 18-year-old, their dad doesn't want to help raise, like, didn't want to help raise them unless I wanted to be with him. So I had to. It's not, if it's not working and we're making each other miserable. How is that love? No, you're I made you comfortable. And now you're trying to figure out who else gonna make you comfortable. And until this is narcissism. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
This is not a healed man in any respect. This is not what we consider a man of his mental capacity. I look at that crap as a mental illness. The things that men and women go through and don't get healing from causes problems later in your relationships, when you really want to have a good, upstanding, long, thriving relationship, because we're not doing the inner work. We're not accepting that we played a part in our own chaos. We're not being accountable on either side.
So
We're
what did
pointing at
you
each
do in the
other.
relationship then? Talk about accountability then. For 16 years, it couldn't have been all him. So
I
what did
told
you
you,
do if we was to ask him what the hell you did to him? Because there's three sides to a story. There's always
he'll call,
three
he'll
sides,
call,
not two,
he'll
three.
call me, he would call me a cheating whore because I slept with one of his friends, but that was after 16 years of him sleeping with every friend that we had. Like, we had friend relationships, like, with and he's cheating with the wife, and the husband's trying to make me believe that they're cheating, and I don't want to believe that. I'm in denial. And I find out later that, yes, we're sleeping together.
So you did your tit for tat thing.
But I waited like out of 16 years, I waited year 14 to do any tit for tat.
Mm,
Do you understand? Like, I loved the father of my children. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? So
mm,
when you can't take no more, you're supposed to walk off, not make it worse. I indeed made it worse.
mm.
I did that. And I can prove, and I've proven on time and time again that on the man that I was with for 16 years, at least for him, men can't take what they give.
I don't think
He
nobody
cheated
can.
on me so many times, bro. Like,
I don't think
and just
nobody
because,
can though, honestly, because you couldn't take it after a while either. So that's what you did. What you did, you couldn't take it either.
but
I
look
don't
how
think
long
people
it
can take
took
what
me.
they give, honestly.
Look how long it took me,
But
though. You
you
feel what
still
I'm
broke
saying?
though. You still broke. It don't matter what. It don't matter how long it took. You're still broke though. You couldn't take it no more. You
But I'm
got in that.
saying,
It was hot in
like,
that kitchen.
for me to be the hoe, but I'm the hoe,
Oh no,
you
no.
ain't
See
never
that
heard me.
that part. No, we not doing that. No, we
That's
not
my
doing that.
point. Like, but in tit for tat, nobody wins.
Right.
It's just a perpetual degrading because you're degrading yourself.
Yes.
You're not really degrading that person. You're not
Yes.
making them hurt. You're degrading yourself to try to make a motherfucker see you.
Yes. And,
And when
and,
they
and
see you, they ain't gonna even see you the way you
in our
wanted
mind,
them
I
to
swear to
see
God,
you.
I swear, our minds. I'm like, once you do that back,
But I'm
like, it's like, all right, well, I mean,
that get
shit.
that get back be the last track. You hear
Yeah, that's like, yeah, like you think it's get
me?
back, but it's like shit.
You can't be out here like P. Diddy talk about take that, and then don't want to get took. You feel what I'm talking about?
Right? No, yeah, nah,
And
that's
then what
yeah.
I do is you do it. Cause your friends are my friends and my friends are your friends. Like at some point you have to understand how psychologically messed up you have to be to continue on like that. And how
Yes.
mentally it makes you worse off trying to do that
Yeah.
and thinking it's gonna come out good. Cause
Yeah.
I was
That's
like,
insanity.
I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to myself. I practiced insanity for 16 years of my own, of my own. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because you got to be a messed up person and think that you can love somebody enough to love you back.
Right.
They either love you or they don't, and their actions gonna show you. I don't care. I don't care what you buy that man or that woman. I don't care how much you praise her, how much you do for them or don't do for them, how much it appears to be reciprocated. Man, you'll think something is and ain't.
Yeah.
And then in this day and age, it's really hard to tell, bro. Like, and we test each other, and we shouldn't be having to do all that. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
We should just be honest with who we are up front. But it just seemed like it's like Hollywood. Everybody got something to hide. And it's like, that's why I wanted to come on the show because I'm not, most people will come on here and be like, it was him. Nah, baby. We
You
did that.
know what's
We
crazy? I
wrecked that
haven't even got that. I
together.
mean,
We
I got
wrecked
it,
that together.
but I ain't got that yet. I got it, but I ain't really got it yet like that. Most women, and I guess I'm still waiting on that one to do it. But most of y'all are coming on here and either y'all faking the funk because y'all on the platform, new platform, and y'all
I
want to
was
look
terrible.
good, or
I
y'all
was
y'all
terrible.
really taking accountability, like the ones that's coming across right now. So
I
um
was terrible too, bro. Like I didn't, and it didn't make, like you said, it don't make it right. And we initially think that when we do that, it's gonna make us feel better.
yeah,
It made me feel worse, bro. It didn't make me
yeah,
feel better.
yeah.
It made me
I,
feel worse because I took my love and I took the love that I have for somebody and I tainted myself trying to make them see me.
And you ain't
And
even
that's not
care
love.
about the dudes you lay. You ain't even care about that dude you lay with. You ain't even,
Right. Look
you
at
ain't even
how
care.
many people you mess around doing. Like, let's be honest. People like to I I would like to see more men being able to express certain feelings without always being drugged. Um, I would like to see more of that. Y'all have been honest, and the honesty has not been um the lack of accountability with women in this day and age is so sad. We can't even be honest with ourselves. And instead of apologizing, we deflect and we say, well, what about what you did some what? So a fucking year ago, some shit I'm gonna bring up. I'm talking about. I'm gonna use that same raggedy ass piece of paper.
Yeah.
So, and I get where we are, but I would like to do more of where we should be going. I want to get away from pointing fingers at each other and like, okay, I messed up, you messed up. What are we doing to fix it? What can we do to fix it? If I was in a relationship with you and it's not working out, but we're raising kids, how can we change the dynamic to now we just co-parenting?
Oh yeah. Well,
You know
I
what
do
I'm
that.
talking
I do
about?
that now. So, like, I got healthy relationships. Well, my second son, his mom ain't in the picture. She kind of just like abandon all her kids. But my first son though, me and his mom we got a good relationship though, and we just co-parent. We ain't been together. He 10, so I ain't been with her since he was born. So we've been good. You know,
We still
it
need
was
a
rocky at
village.
first, but we good
We
now though.
still need a village. Like, we still need a village to
Yeah.
help raise these kids. I would like to go back to, like, when I grew up, my grandma raised me. That's why there's no feminism in my body. I
Mm.
can work. If I have to take care of my man, that's what I'ma do. But all that, we trying to do this together. You best believe I'm gonna set him up where he can make his own money. I don't want him to feel like he's useless because he can't do what I'm doing.
So how do
Or
you feel
that
about
because he
50-50?
but see, I've never had 50-50, so I can't say how I feel about it.
So how
I
you
feel like if
what's your
that's the
dynamic?
way you want to run your relationship and that works for y'all, damn what anybody else got to say.
There you go.
Who's to say y'all not doing that 50-50 and putting money up for a vacation? Who's to say y'all not putting that money up for your kid? I would rather have 50-50 than the shit I did for fucking 16 years, bro. When I put 90-10, 90-10, man,
Nah,
90-10,
90-10 is out of pocket, boy. That is out
90-10.
of pocket. 90
And
10
then,
is
man,
out of
look,
pocket.
I might, if I'm sick, then it's 50-50.
So it's not like
You
that now
feel
though,
me? At
right?
least he'll
With your
come up
new
when
man
I'm
though.
sick, you know?
Yeah. But it ain't like that now with your new guy though, right? It ain't no
Nah, he got his own place.
okay.
Me and my dad bought a house. My 16-year-old stay with me. My other 3 kids live in Minnesota. They're doing good.
Okay.
Um, but my guy, like, our trauma bonding is um it's lessening now. I think initially we didn't have anybody to talk to because a lot of us, when we go to counseling, we're not all the way honest because we feel ashamed about the shit that we allow people to do to us.
Well, why we
It
go to
makes us feel like
counseling
we're
then?
but and
No,
I'm finna
I
answer
mean I'm
that
not even
too.
being funny because
Right, but I'm gonna answer that too
okay.
because with us, I got to worry about if when I was going to counsel, do you think that like my thought process, if I'd went to counseling when my daughter was like 14, 13, 15, that the state wouldn't come in and take my kids?
Mm.
When I initially left my ex, do you know what I was gonna do? I was gonna go home and kill my baby daddy. I had it set up in my mind. And I'm gonna tell you what made me feel like that. It was you know what they say is the straw that broke the camel's back.
Mm-hmm.
Out of our entire relationship of raising and co-parenting, like our kids together, the kids that weren't me and his, we co-parenting them, and we have 2 kids of our own. Me and my now ex, got into a disagreement, and my son was sitting on the couch. We loud. I'm like, wait, go to your room. We have an adult conversation out here, and you don't need to be a part of this. My, my baby daddy looked at me and said, he ain't got to go nowhere. And I did I did the exorcist turn on my neck. What the hell you say to me? We clearly arguing and being toxic as hell. And you telling my son, and then my son looked at me like, man, if my dad doesn't want me to go, I don't have to go. And I looked at my son and said, you sure about that, son? He said, yeah, I am. I went in my room. I went to work the next morning and all I could see was red. Because one thing I don't do is I don't play with kids in my environment. If we're not getting along, I don't want him to see me in a bad light or you. I also don't want them to be messed up further by us being toxic in front of them, feeling like they have to choose. Our children should not have to choose between us when we're having a disagreement. They shouldn't even have to be in our presence when this is going on. And the
Mm-hmm.
less they can hear, the better. Because when we come to them, we need to be on the same page.
Yeah.
That's not what I was dealing with. Like, when you willing to do that, oh no, it ain't even about what you did with me. It's the clear and blatant disrespect for my son that you aided and abetted in.
You just finna get him up out of here. That is yeesh.
You know what I did? You know what's so happy? The only reason I'm not in the penitentiary right now, my dear brother, is because I called my mother first. And me and my
Mm.
mama don't get along, but for this particular scenario,
Mm-hmm.
my mama was a 10-minute, matter of fact, less than that, like a 7-minute drive from my job. My house was 15 minutes. And I went in the house to hug my mom.
Mm.
And I cried so hard, bro. I couldn't there was no sound.
Mm.
I was
One
so
of them
hurt that
cries.
there was
Mm-hmm.
no sound, bro. There was no sound. And when I could, I was gasping for air. I felt like life was being choked out of me, bro.
Mm.
Like to put yourself through that much, to accept that much abuse and thinking that it's gonna be like, I got on here to say that I don't give a damn if it's a man or a woman. Abuse is abuse.
Yeah.
And you should run, definitely run in the opposite direction. It messes you up, it messes your children up. They watch you go through that. They think that's love because you spent so many years going through it. They going around looking for somebody to abuse them, bro, because they think it's love and they seen you do it.
Right.
And you have to deal with that every single day of your life. That's the part that bothers me. That's why I'm on here. Because we don't know what we're doing to our children by accepting less.
That's real. That's
I
real.
got 2 out of 3 of my kids, like 2 out of 4 of my kids, abusive relationships right now, bro.
You said
And all I
they
can do
are
is
in.
apologize and
Damn.
hope that they won't continue. I don't recommend. I emphatically say I don't recommend. But what do you say to your kids when they say, "But mom, you turned out okay"? I didn't though. I'm in counseling, my man, right now. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I'm still going to counseling. I still get triggered by certain statements. It's stuff my dude right now do that'll remind me of my ex, and I have to go cry in the bathroom, bro.
Mm.
Cause it ain't his fault.
So do
I
you
shouldn't
think you
have to
should be
I
with
shouldn't be
somebody right now?
bleeding on him.
So
Huh?
so you think you should be with him right now? If that because I feel like if anybody could trigger a man who you was willing to take off of this earth, that's kind of dangerous for that man. If he can even trigger you in that way, like I just don't even feel like I ain't judging them. I just that ain't
No,
I
it's
don't
not
seem
even
too
like
safe.
with the counseling that I've had, it's safe enough to say that they're just words. It's who said it. My kids could say the same. It's that's something I got to deal with within myself.
Yeah,
It's not. That's what I'm saying.
I
It's not
got you.
him.
I got you.
It's not a disrespectful thing,
I got you.
but
Okay,
the way that I view it is disrespectful because the
because what you
disrespect
I
would come
understand.
why
Yeah,
somebody's saying this, or you know what I'm talking
yeah,
about.
yeah. I understand. I understand. I understand.
But I don't. My thing is, I'm gonna just be completely honest. I don't want to be by myself, bro. I don't, and I think I'm in a capacity where I can love somebody and appreciate them for who they are. And I've been doing great. Like this relationship I'm in is a year in. And usually it don't last 3 months because I'm too busy up here.
So
I'm
before
too
that,
busy.
was you what? Before this one, was you like? Because how long you been out of that 16-year one? 5 years, you said?
It's about yeah, it's been about
Okay.
5 years.
So did you chill out for a little bit while you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Or you did? Okay.
I had to. But I
How
did
long you
like
chill out for?
initially when I it was 2 years.
Okay.
It was 2 years. It was after I got done crying on that couch. And then I was like, for like 2 weeks, I felt like I wanted to be in my 20s. So, I was
I
dressing
was
like,
yeah, okay. And look, okay, I fuck with
dressing
you.
like Tatiana.
I officially fuck with you. I was gonna say, let's see if she keep it real. What was she doing?
Right, I dressed it up like a Tatiana and went out on a whole mission for a little bit.
Okay, okay, okay.
I was breaking hearts and leaving no
Okay.
numbers.
Okay.
I want initially because my ex was with somebody that was young enough to be one of our children.
Damn.
She went to school with my kids, my older children, his older nieces and nephews. She went to school with them. I had my tubes tied in 2007. In 2018, she was welcoming a child into the world. Yeah. Uh,
What
and
about
then he had
hold on,
another
I
one.
got a sound for you.
You disloyal, fool ass, bitch made punk.
I got it for you. I got it for you. I got it for you. You ain't got to even say it. I got it for you. Denzel got you.
And I say this to people like it could have been, I could have went the other way. I'm so deeply rooted in love. Like my first and last name mean happy child. and Mung. My name is Mung. It's a Mung name. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Kia Shinn. Yeah, that's me.
I got you.
It's
Okay.
it's not a married name. That's my father's name. You feel me?
Mm.
And I have definitely been given a hard battle when it comes to people who are like envious people, people who are filled with hate because that's all they ever had in place of love.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that it's in the last couple of years, I've come to understand that it's not personal, even though it's personal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Personal to me because I'm having a personal experience with you, but the personal experiences you had before me
Yeah.
is probably the reason why you like this. So is
Yeah.
that really just all on you? And this is why, like, I call myself trying to love him back to life type
Okay.
stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You can't. They
Can't.
gotta love themselves enough to want to love you. But if they're not loving themselves, you gotta know that they can't. The
And I just
capacity
you
is
gotta love
nil.
yourself enough to not to know when to stop. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like how
Yep.
much you love yourself though. Like you don't keep
Yep.
going through all this.
And
Like
I didn't. And I didn't. Bro, when I left, I was 330 pounds.
mm.
I weigh 209 pounds right now, bro.
Oh man. Oh.
It's like when I left him, blood pressure was high. I look better than I did 10 years ago, man.
That's good though. That's
Learning
good.
how to love myself, like meditation, exercise, doing little things for my diet to make me feel better. Cause like, I got like anemia problems, shit like
Okay.
that. But
Yeah.
taking better care of myself helps me take better care of the people that I care about.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So doing that means everything to me. Like in my relationship that I'm in now, it ain't perfect. It's not. But there's the things that trigger me, like that severely I can't do, screaming and yelling. We don't do that. When we have a disagreement, we talk. If I'm mad, I'll calm down first. I'll come back. If you're trying to talk to me while I'm upset, I have the right to say, I'm too upset right now to talk to you on the level that I would like to speak to you on. I don't want to be disrespectful or say anything that I regret. Give me a minute. And he'll give me my minute. You know what I'm saying? And we talk. And we talk about anything and everything. And as I've gotten older, it's just like I don't have time to pussyfoot around. I don't want to play with nobody else time.
Right.
I don't want to I don't want to wonder and hope. I want to know. And I'm gonna ask questions so that I get the answers I need and not assume because I don't make an ass out of
I
myself.
feel you. Hey, yeah. Let me know before, cause hey, I bet, cause you gonna see this other side of me. You don't want to see. Hey, let me know all I need to know now, cause it's gonna go down. It go any other way. You don't show me some shit I need to. Hey, it can go another way now. I
I'll
know
be
it.
like, cause like yesterday, my man, we don't go 8 hours without texting, calling, at least letting each other know I'm good. I'm just
Yeah,
Y and Z right now.
yeah.
And yesterday I hadn't heard from him since 12 something. It was 7:43. I said, oh, this what we doing? I said, I love you, baby. Have a good night. You know what that means. Burning hell. That's what that means.
Boy, red flag. Boy, you better respond
Y'all
right
know when she say have a
now.
good night, she ain't heard from you all day. You know that means go burn in hell.
Pick
But
this
I
phone
didn't
up.
say
Hold on.
nothing. Yeah.
Baby, baby. What? Man, I was at work all day. My phone died. I'm sorry. You know I love you. Here I come. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because London Bridges is
But he
falling
sent me a
down.
text. When he got a chance, he sent me a text like, ain't nothing funny going on, babe.
Yeah,
Don't do that.
yeah.
And he told me what was going on. And I was like, okay, now, you not by yourself now. I didn't have, now it's the way you do it. It's not that you do it. It's the way you do it. You want to show concern, not nagging. You want to let a motherfucker know, nigga, I love you. Don't make me get in my car.
Yeah.
Somebody, is you hurt? Do
Yeah.
I need to
Yeah.
pull out the AK-47?
Yeah. Nah, for real.
Because that's what I be on. I genuinely care. I want to know you all right. text me and let me know something. You with your family? I'm with my family. At least I know that's the last place you was at.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that everywhere you go and every time you go somewhere. I spend enough time on the phone with him and he spent enough time with me. Like he'll spend a week at my house. I'll spend a week at his house. We both equally need a break from each other though. And it's okay to say that.
Absolutely.
It's okay to say that. We keep, well, if you love me, you don't need no break from you got, if you ever had children, you will understand how that's a mother lie.
Exactly.
I love my kids,
The
but
fuck.
I just gave my oldest daughter and my son a break. Like y'all doing too much young stuff around me. I'm gonna give y'all a few days. I'm all right, but I need a break. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And they do that with me too. Like mom doing the old lady shit. We gonna have to let you loose for a couple of days. We on some hot girl summer shit. You talking about coming up?
Oh yeah, nah, yeah. You got to go somewhere today, Ma. You got to go somewhere today, Ma. We're right here. We outside today.
And then my son is my only son. Like I don't have any other boys. So I'm really direct and straightforward with what I say to him. And he'd be like, Mom, I'll be like, man, bro, you the only son I got and I gotta give it to you. Your daddy
I'm
ain't
about to
gonna
say,
give
like,
it
how
to
you
you
tell?
straight.
Yeah, I'm about to say, like, how do you be telling them how to navigate the ladies? You know what I'm saying? You give it to them straight
Yes.
up.
I tell him, I
That's what
said,
my
you gonna
mom
always
did.
be I said, always be respectful, son. I said, even when I said, the best thing to do when she get disrespectful is just pick up your stuff and head to the door. He said, Mom, I ain't gonna, because she's trying to get you to engage. And when you engage, guess what black men do? They go to jail. Get the hell up out of there. Make sure your video recording from the time she starts screaming. I want you to be, the iPhone is for purposes. You understand me?
My mama did
You,
not raise me like that. My mama said something different. I love you, Ma.
walk out. But my, I tell my son, I'm one of them women who would prefer my black kids to be with black people. But my way ain't the way that's always gonna work. Who's to say he don't fall in love with somebody that's not of our race? Am I supposed to be mad at him for that? No. We just talked about how this is not about color, this is about power.
Yeah.
We're confused about it. But I've had my own experiences that make me feel like that. So it's a person, and I tell my kids, that's my personal experience, not yours. You don't have to live on it. But I'm telling you that so that when something like this happens, you can be like, yeah, my mama told me about these motherfuckers. but
see, that's
what
still
I tell
generalizing all of them, though. That still would be wrong too in itself, though. That's still
I'm
wrong
saying
in itself, though.
when it happens, like for me, I'm gonna explain what I mean when I say it's kind of like to prepare you, because my mama just told me that growing up for her, being in one of the people who were first in a desegregated school, it was hard for her to dictate which ones was good and which ones
Oh, I
wasn't.
bet.
However, I dated outside of my race as a teenager. I went to prom with a white dude. I liked him. We were great. We loved each other, bro. You know, his adopted mother pulled him out of the school. They let her call me at the school to tell me I should know better and my parents should have raised me better than that. And I should stick with my own kind. It's the initial pain so that when people because I think that people who feel like that like to hear you in pain. It's to prepare my kids for the possibility that may be our conversation they're going to have. And don't you let them see you fucking sweat. Don't you crack a tear. Don't you get argumentative. You nod your head and you let them people say what they got to say and hang up and go about your business.
Yeah, I don't think for men that really bothers us as much as it do for like women, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. I made a mistake and brought one to the house. Lord have mercy. I didn't know until then how much my mom did not fuck with that shit. I said, oh.
My mama did not.
Oh, she did not. Oh, okay. And you know what? she wasn't wrong. shout out to everybody. I love everybody, but she wasn't wrong. And
You were
ever since
wrong.
2014, that was the last time.
But sometimes, I mean, but sometimes parents do be wrong. It's not. It's really up to what my son. My son dated a little girl, a girl here previously, and she seemed like a nice girl. But if, like I told her, I said, you plan on being with my son, that come with some shit. My
And
son got ADHD.
mm,
Like he's super active. You got to be able to keep up. You know what I'm saying? And if you can't keep up, it's not gonna go well for you.
mm. Yeah,
Always moving, can't sit still. You can't
yeah.
stop, won't stop. Like for real. Like I'd be like, son, can you just sit down with your mama for a second and have can we talk? Man, bruh.
You got to go.
A talk turn into a hug, a kiss on the cheek, maybe
All right,
now
Ma.
that he grown to smoke, a smoke session, and
Yeah.
it's out. If I can't say what I need to say, and then the time the blunt burn, and once that I yell his way out the door,
Yeah.
that's the longest he could sit still. I've
Yeah.
had these women come like, why is he like that? I'm like, he told you he got ADHD. Have you done any research? You looked it up to see what it entails, what that means for you?
Mm.
No. None of y'all have stuff at the tip. I used to have to go to the library.
Yeah,
Shoot,
people
you
ain't
go
trying to
right
look at
on
stuff
Google.
that don't really pertain to them though. So
Like,
that's
we
why they
get
say you can
distracted.
hide the truth in a book. You know what I'm saying? You can hide it. You can hide it right on the internet too. You can hide the truth on the
Right.
internet. If they don't look in the right places for stuff though. But look, I appreciate this interview. This was good. I can't even call this an interview. This is a dope ass convo, man. This is a dope ass
This was.
convo.
I appreciate you hearing me out in my side of how life is lifing.
Hey,
Because
life
it's
be life for
definitely
everybody,
lifing.
man. It be life for everybody, man. I'm just trying to tap in to see what everybody life like. You know what I'm saying, and give you a platform to, maybe you need to get your shit off. Maybe you just need to
Right.
let it all out one time. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no therapist. I'm just a guy on YouTube who actually give a fuck about people. That's the, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? I actually
Exactly.
give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? So
And that's
I
what made me respond to the post, because I was like, well, somebody got questions. They really
yeah
want to know what's going on out here in
I
these
do
streets
like
with
because
us.
like because I like when I hear about like you like people dealing with like people that's narcissists and then like for how long like so it's good to hear the breakdown of how and why you stayed there and like to hear that it wasn't just all like you had a choice in it, you know what I'm saying, and you chose to go back, you chose, you know what I'm saying, it's just good to hear, and I know that other people probably need to hear it just for themselves to be like I need to if she can do that, I can do that too. You know what I'm saying? Like I need to do better and I need to really tune in and listen to what she's saying. And then on the flip, for guys, just listen to, you know what I'm saying, what y'all could be potentially putting people through, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like what
Right.
and don't even be knowing it because you
And
might be a
women too.
narcissist.
And
You know what I'm saying? Narcissists don't never know what they
right,
putting
us
people through.
too, because we out there too doing the same thing.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? Like it's just good to hear a different perspective. That's why it's called unfiltered perspectives. So I just wanted, you know what I'm saying, just let everybody come on, get a perspective of life. Life be life for everybody. But I definitely appreciate you coming on. I'm gonna keep in touch, you know what I'm saying? And when I have other topics and stuff, feel free to come back on. Just hit me up. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And
Thanks
we'll
for
schedule it.
having me. I'm still gonna be tuning in more.
Absolutely. I appreciate you for coming through, Miss Kia. Have a good one, all right?
You too.
All
Bye
right.
now.
Yes, sir. And there you have it. Another dope conversation, man. Like I said, man, I just want to see what y'all on and see what y'all about. I know it's gonna be some people that come on here and I'm looking for the person that's gonna debate. You know what I'm saying? I right now I'm hearing the things that I like, you know. I been giving pushback on a lot of different stuff y'all gonna see coming out, but we gonna see what's going on, man. We're gonna see because right now it seems like all the women that's coming on, they are taking accountability, and we love that. We love that because at the end of the day, honestly, we just want people to, you know what I'm saying, realize that you have a part in what you got going on, man. It ain't always just the world, just all against you, man. You against yourself too. Let me know what y'all think about this, man. Stay safe, stay easy, stay protected. Get the folk out your circle that ain't supposed to be there. Easier said than done, but it's definitely doable. So do it. I'm out.